Hi, my name is Brittany Partridge and I'm an attorney at Butler Kahn Law Firm. Our firm specializes in personal injury cases, and it is probably not a surprise that most of them involve car wrecks. Now, in every car wreck case, it's important that we as the attorneys and paralegals look to the agencies that responded to the car wreck and get every piece of evidence that's available, because we can use that evidence in the civil case. So today I'm going to talk about the three main agencies that we look to for open records requests and evidence that we can use in our civil cases. So first we have the police, the responding officer who came to the scene, potentially wrote the at-fault driver a ticket, maybe had body cam footage, maybe had dash cam footage, maybe took photographs of the wreck. So we will send an open records request to the responding police officer's entity, whoever they work for, and ask for all of that evidence that I just listed. On most of Georgia highways, the Georgia State Patrol is actually going to respond. And here you can see that you can submit an open records request online and ask for certain evidence so long as you have certain information. And unfortunately, sometimes we do these open records requests and we'll get back a police report that discusses body cam footage, but we never got any body cam footage. So it's important for us to make sure that we review evidence as it comes in so that we're not missing any type of evidence that can be useful in the case. Now, most of the time only one police agency will respond, but it's always the best practice to check the other local police agencies or sheriff's office to see if they've responded and might have some evidence that could be very helpful for your case. We actually have a case out towards Athens that was on a highway, and the Georgia State Patrol did respond, and it did have some evidence. But we also did an open records request to the sheriff's office and got some great body cam footage that would be very helpful for the case when it goes to trial. Now, another place that we look to get evidence is from 911 calls. And sometimes this is looped in with the police, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes entities have their own 911 dispatch center that you have to specifically request that information from. And so here I've got an example of a 911 call. I'll just share a few seconds of it. And this is actually the at-fault driver making a phone call, the 911 call, after she hit our client.
What at 911 location of your emergency?
Yes, I just hit a motorcycle at the corner of Bethesda School Road at Amalfi. The cyclist is on Amalfi. The motorcycle's in the street, and so is my car.
Okay, repeat that intersection one more time.
So that was just a snippet, but as you can see, the at-fault driver is the one who was making the call. She's making statements to the 911 operator, and we can actually use those statements later on if she were to change any of her story. So it's important that we get the 911 call log because it can also have witnesses that we didn't know about. So say 3 or 4 people called about a car wreck and the police report doesn't list any of those. We can use the evidence obtained from the 911 calls to reach out to some witnesses that may have some great information for the civil case. And the third major place that we normally look to for evidence is the firefighting/EMT entity that is local to that area. So for example, in Gwinnett County, the firefighters and the EMTs are under one umbrella. So we would do a request if the wreck was in Gwinnett to the Gwinnett County Fire Department, Gwinnett County EMTs, and ask for any reports, any videos, any dash cam. Normally they don't have any sort of dash cam, but oftentimes you will get a report, and you'll also get the names of those that responded. And oftentimes the EMTs can be great witnesses for the case, especially if there's some traumatic injuries, and they can talk about what they saw on scene, what was said, and they usually have pretty detailed reports about what happened in our client's injuries. So all of that is very useful information that we can use in the case. It's important that you have attorneys that look through all open records requests and the evidence that's obtained and make sure that they have the best evidence for your case so that if the case does go to trial, they can put on the best case for you. Now, if you ever need a personal injury attorney, we hope that you reach out to Butler Kahn Law Firm. Thank you.